Okay, so
all for
honesty.
Take the sheriff. It's all for honesty and integrity with arrest him, even though he's one of his supporters.
Don't think so.
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think so either. No,
I can't believe they got that fucking direct-way ditch there, and that thing's probably 25, 30 years
they're
old.
watching us.
Yeah. Where at?
One of the sheriff's trucks, the white one right there.
Yeah, it's ghost lettering.
Yeah.
He just pulled in down there too, behind us.
What, in the lot we're parked in?
No, behind us.
Like behind where we are right now.
Let's have a walk in here. Just walk all the way through. You think the sheriff parks over here, or you think he parks behind us? Nothing saying we can't go back there. Just say then. So, the city hall's back there. And it gives them time to, because they're gonna sit here and follow us. And we need to go get gas before we go. Yeah, I need to make sure that they ain't following us. No front license plate on that truck down there.
Nope.
Kind of odd.
That doesn't look like a sheriff's vehicle.
Oh, it's not.
Oh, with the lights on? Oh, you mean food liquor?
Actually, you know what? We could go.
Yeah, he's got
What?
the camera facing that way, so I'm gonna walk past him.
And he's leaving.
Yeah, we just went and hit up the courthouse.
So, let me ask you,
Huh.
and I'm just, seriously,
Yes, sir.
cut all the games out just for a minute. Just talk to me about what do you really intend, or what do you think you're gonna get out of this by going around and doing this to people? I'm serious. I'm not jacking around with you. I'm not trying to get. Just what is your actual intent?
Simply, the first thing that comes to mind is making sure that public officials and the public at large know that it's okay to hold the camera and go to government buildings.
I understand
spreading
that, but
awareness.
do you not think, though, from time to time that you're interfering with actual police work? Do y'all not think that
I don't
you're?
ever interfere with police work.
But you do somewhat. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
You do
How?
somewhat because
It takes two to talk.
I understand, but we got jobs to do. And whenever it's like, and y'all didn't do it. It wasn't y'all. It was another group that came up here a while back, and they come up here and they was going all around the jail, and they're out there and they started cussing my officers. Y'all didn't do that. Y'all were very respectful, and I appreciate that. But they were running around out there screaming and cussing at the officers, and just really trying to pull strings. And at that point, rude and prudent people, a reasonable prudent
Did they
people.
keep their cool? Did the officers keep their cool?
They did for the most part.
Okay.
They did for the most part.
All right. Well,
But,
I guess they passed, huh?
Well, but here's the deal. When you have to have 4 or 5 guys show up when they can, what if somebody needs the police on the other side of town and they're all tied up here, having to deal with
Somebody who's not breaking the
somebody
law.
somebody that's not breaking the law, but you're wanting the police there, you won't interact with them instead
And
of
so if you don't engage them, then they don't get what they want and they go away. That's the long and short of it right there.
I mean, if we really just wanted to film.
If you didn't have time for an interaction, you wouldn't have talked to me.
That's locked. You can't get in there.
Well, right now. Or is it?
It's magnetic
It's
locking.
locked.
Oh,
It's
okay.
magnetic.
Okay.
I mean, you got too many things going on in this world. You got to understand, the police are on hyper alert right now. I mean, I had somebody shoot that jail just the other day.
What?
What
Okay.
the hell for?
I don't know. I mean, I got 4 little gals in there working dispatch, and someone shot my jail up. We didn't find out about it until the next day. We got a busted window over on the side. We found the shell cases out here, and we got chips and all that and rocks up there. So you understand, we're going to be on hyper alert. I've got these young ladies in there that's got kids,
Mm-hmm.
and my job is to protect them. Okay, and when someone, and I knew who you were when you got here because I'd already saw somebody sent me your picture and said, hey, he's going to be showing up. I said, whatever, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. But the deal was, so I knew you were, so I wasn't going to run out there. And had I not known you were, you ought to go out there. So what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Because I am afraid for my people that work for me, okay? These people work hard, and they're not paid the best in the world, and they have a tough job, and they're already nervous, and they're already upset, and then someone comes up here and shoots at them. And then you got to understand, when someone that they don't know comes around with cameras, they get scared. And it's unnecessary scaredness that these people got to go through.
Okay, well, I'm glad they had a positive interaction. Now,
I
we
understand.
didn't get to meet your people because I thought that jail was closed.
Well,
I thought it was a maintenance shack.
No, it's got 7 inmates in it.
He was trying to tell me it's a maintenance shack, and I walked around that side, and I'm like, oh no, that's
No,
a yard.
it's got
That's
7
not-
inmates in there. We keep 7 there, and we keep the rest in Houston County. But
Hey,
when you got find people trying to. If you want to go after the elected officials, that's fine.
Well, it's not even going after.
It's not. I'm just saying, if you want to make a point with them, there's. But the officers, these people are busting their butt. And listen, I understand there's rogue officers. I do. I don't believe anybody becomes a police officer to go bad. I think some bad. I think some officers. I think some bad people become officers.
There's evil
They
in
were
everyone.
bad. Exactly. They were bad to start with. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, you have to weed them out. Okay. And I know y'all got some guy that y'all were mad about that worked over here. As soon as I found out about it, I did an investigation. I can't do it. He's gone. He's getting arrested. But that's in another county. And I'm not going into details on that.
That's fine.
Right.
But
I almost forgot about that. So the public records request that I was talking about
which one?
from Watson. was
I
asking
don't
about-
get the public record. They go straight to an attorney's office.
Okay. Do you remember the officer that you fired before you promoted Lima to that? You fired somebody and promoted him to that position. There was another canine officer that you
I
had,
hadn't fired a criminal officer.
a drug interdiction officer.
I don't have drug intervention officers. I think you got some wrong information. I remember seeing something about that. There was
Yeah.
nobody.
Well, that's why I'm asking about that.
There was nobody arrested, nobody fired for anything like that.
Yeah, just clarity.
I've
Yeah,
only
that's
had I've only had one, and I can promise you, if I hate drugs,
Mm-hmm.
I hate what they do to people.
Was Chris
I
City? or-
hate to see what
No, he was-
he works for me.
Oh,
I
okay.
hate what methamphetamines does to people. I hate going out to these little kids' house and parents are high as a kite and these kids are running around with needles. Listen,
Yeah.
that burns me up. It,
Mhm.
it infuriates me and it makes me sick to my stomach.
You
to
bet.
see this kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
In that case, are the parents incarcerated, the children put in protective services?
we do everything we can legally that we can to put people where they belong. Now, when it comes to police officers, I'm not ever going to hide and say that this guy, I want the world to know he's a bad apple. Because I don't want nobody else to hire somebody that does that. Okay? I don't want the police officer to use drugs working for me. I don't want one that sells drugs, and I don't want one that's ever sold drugs. I'm not going to hide them, and I'm not going to hide them. I can assure you of that. I'm going to do what I can to make an example out of him. But what he did not happen in my county. It happened to Walker. Plain and simple. So it's outside. I initiated the investigation. I worked with the Rangers on it, and it's a done deal. But I have nothing to do with the rest of it.
Is he currently out on bond or is he incarcerated?
I
he's
do
not
not.
on
I
bond.
think he's on bond. I don't know. I
He's
haven't
missed.
talked to him.
He's been called at the courthouse twice and missed both of them.
Again, I know nothing about it. I'm not keeping up with it. It's not my case. I
Now,
turned it over to the whenever I found out something was illegal happened, I turned it straight to the Rangers because I didn't want nobody to come back and say you're covered up. But I liked it. I thought he was doing a great job. But obviously he was doing something else.
did you ever get his complaints and everything from Polk County?
I was very upset about that. I called him. We did a thorough investigation, background from everybody he ever worked.
Yeah, because we don't. I mean, the records that we have are so many black lines. It might as well just printed it on black paper.
Well,
But it's 400 pages.
Yeah,
So,
I went and helped him pick that up from the post office, man. It was, I saw those records, they were completely redacted. Might have a page number at the bottom, but there's a sheet of paper over the entire report.
and when did you hire him? You know,
man, I don't even.
it was before last year.
It was. He probably worked a little over a year, I think. Maybe,
So
maybe.
it would have been Hammock's office that would have been responsible.
Everyone he's ever worked, we called. We're required by law.
Well, I'm just saying
Yeah.
the sheriff. over
But
there
the
at that
problem
time.
is you got to realize too.
Mhm.
I don't like bad cops,
Mhm.
but here's the problem, and this is where you want to focus some energy, makes a difference. Everybody, bad cops make us all look better. They do. That makes us look horrible. Okay. But whenever I fire somebody, and I put on their record that they were a bad cop, and they get a lawyer and they go fight it, Austin
Well,
will
they don't even have to
overturn
get
it
a lawyer.
every single time.
Yeah, you know, companies like Cleat or I don't know what the East Texas one is, but they.
So,
you know,
You're talking Rangers?
the
No,
union.
you're talking about
I'm
DPS?
talking Tico. There,
Oh,
if you have a judge, you have a
Ah.
hearing. You have a hearing that everybody. It's
For
just
your
like a trial.
Yeah.
We have to go there and prove that they did something wrong or they did this, whatever we fired them for. If they fight, if I give them a bad F5, an F5 is separation.
I've heard of it.
Okay, so whenever I put on the reason why we fire them, if they don't like that, they can dispute it, and we have to answer for it. And again, we have to waste a lot of time preparing everything, sending everything over to them. Get there, and I have to get attorneys
Is that
involved.
attorney at their expense, or is it ended up going to be the county's
So
expense?
my end, their expense.
Okay.
Unless they got some sort of insurance, but I don't even know that the insurance will cover that kind of stuff. So,
unions would cover it, right?
huh?
The unions?
I don't know. I don't deal with that.
So are you saying Tico doesn't believe in accountability?
It's not TICO
No.
so much. It's the process to. It's not TICO. It's not TICO at all. But
Okay.
it's the
There's
hearing
too many
they got to go
cracks.
through. You go to a separate court. I don't remember what the court's even called. It's SOA, I believe. The acronym is SOA. So you have to go through them.
Okay.
And then they have a hearing, a judge, and it's just like a trial. And you have to present evidence and say all this stuff, and you got to give them all that stuff. I mean, the deal is, I've never had one overturned. But so many other people I've talked to said they have. That whenever they said, man, it doesn't matter. We have all the proof that we needed to fire this person legitimately and say that they're a bad apple. And then the state come back in and said, you got to change it. You got to change it to honorable discharge, which means that they are. So the next person they go to, they said, oh, well, Sheriff Wallace gave an honorable discharge when I didn't.
Right.
And that's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of crap. That's why we
Yep.
have bad officers.
Yeah, but sometimes it is
You know, if you're good officers, if a cop that you know is good is working with that bad officer, he should be empowered to report that bad officer's misconduct
Mine
without fear of retribution.
Mine will. Mine will. No, mine will. We're not going to. I'm not. I don't know anything. I'm about as old-fashioned as you can get. Okay.
Sure.
I believe everybody ought to have a gun. If they legally can acquire one, I've got no problem. I have no problem with somebody walking up that street with a gun all day long. Okay.
That's good.
I want every law-abiding American citizen to own a gun. I want them to get training to carry a gun because there's a lot of people that you know and I know that don't have gun training, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if they can legally acquire one, I want them to have one. All right? Because I never know when I'm going to need help.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
So if I know that you're going to be on my side and I get to shoot at over, I would love to know that you're going to be able to take that guy out.
And I absolutely would.
Well, and I
And
hope
let the
so.
law figure it out.
Well,
But what I don't want to do is charge with interfering because I was trying to help an officer.
not this case. Not if you're doing the right thing. All right. First of all, I got a great DA. I got a great county attorney. We don't try to ruin people. We do try to help people. For instance, when someone gets on drugs,
that's something I was going to ask you about because you mentioned that earlier.
yeah. Now rehabs don't work. Okay, rehabs don't work. Now when I bring them over here to my jail, we have a work program. Now the COVID thing screwed it all up, and jails are stopped up. I mean, we used to keep a lot of inmates over in San County, but now papers can't even keep the jail open because they can't hire enough people. You know what I'm saying? So we keep all up in Houston County, and we keep some here. But our jail program is where we would go out and we would they would work, right? I mean, we'd take them out, they work, pick up trash, and they would have us that they work 6 days a week, and then they would walk across the street over there, and they'd go to church, Brother Jones Church on Sundays, and they would be a part of that church, and those people would bring them in and didn't treat them they'd go in there in orange.
Uh-huh.
Those people would treat them no different. They would cook them meals, and then these guys would help them, bring stuff out to their cars or whatever, and they would come back over and they'd go to church back in the evenings, and then but they ate right. They got a garden. We let them, they grow their own food, so they ate right. You're not going to eat junk. You're going to eat right. You're going to sleep good. You're going to work hard, and if you want to, you're going to go to church on Sundays. And if you continue that when you get out of here, guess what? You are not coming back.
Yeah.
And that's worked for a lot of them. It has. It really has. But there's some that keeps coming back, and there's some that get out for 4 or 5 years and they end up coming back. But I can't tell you how many of them come back up here and say, man, I appreciate what you did for me. I appreciate you getting in my ass when I was screwing up, because I'd be dead. My DA has got the same philosophy. My county attorney's got the same philosophy. I think y'all went in there and met him because he's like, hey, call over here and he's going to be honest. I said, hey, I don't know what these guys are. They seem like they're not causing any problems, but I said, I think I know who they are. But anyways, but they're great. They're great people, and they do a wonderful job, and they do a great job of trying to help people first. Now, after the 3rd or 4th time, we're going to put you in prison where you need to be. Okay, now for heinous crimes, you're going to prison.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't,
Definitely.
hurting children, I can't stand.
Uh-uh.
If you're going to hurt a child, we have a huge problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I don't like it.
Children anyway?
I'm sorry.
Children and women.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, absolutely. But I'm just saying,
I'm
anybody.
not for this whole, we're all equal. I know that.
No, and you said something earlier, and I have been a great spokesperson about this. As I've told my DA, and I've said several times, we thought somebody was, because divorces always end up in accusations. We're not stupid.
Yeah.
We sit down and talk to the kid. We sit down and talk, and you can tell when that kid's been coached. And I am so sick, and it's mainly women on men, but there's been other times they come in there and they coach this kid, make all these accusations. You know it's a lie. And I've told them, if we can prove it,
Yeah.
I want that person put in jail for making false reports to us, and I want them to see a
I'm glad to
very
hear that,
serious punishment.
Exactly.
Because it's wrong.
Yeah,
And I
Yeah,
tell
it
people,
is.
and I told my guys, because I've had guys, oh my, this kid is claiming, this, and I'm like, hold on, we're not talking about that. We're going to investigate it thoroughly. We're going to make sure there is 100% proof before we go out there and make that accusation that man or that woman has done this to that child. Because once you make that accusation,
Yeah. There's no even
50% of the population thinks you did it.
Yeah.
But when a man goes into a courtroom and confesses to it, he does not deserve probation. That's happened. And I have a problem.
That's a broken judicial system.
That is not right. If you confess to it, you said, I did it, I forcefully raped this girl, or forcefully raped this woman, or forcefully raped this man, or this child, you need to go to prison.
Yeah.
There's no probation. Now that's my belief, and you can differ with me, and I respect everybody's opinion as well. I'm not going to get mad at you because your opinion is different than mine. I'm not going to get mad at you because, here's the funny thing about politics and elected people, and everybody thinks you're crazy for saying this, but I voted for several people I don't personally like. I have voted for people that I personally don't like because I knew they would do the job. And I have not voted for people that were my friends because I knew they wouldn't do a good job. And I don't want somebody sitting in that office saying, do your job. Now, is everybody perfect for the job? Am I the perfect sheriff? Absolutely not. I know I'm not perfect. I know I don't do the most best job that could be done. Okay? I'm not perfect. I'm not pushing anybody in line to them. I've got just as many flaws as anybody else, but I'm not a criminal. I'm not an outlaw, and I don't condone it. And I'm not going to. I make mistakes with my kids every day. I got a bunch of kids. Love my kids. The greatest thing since, and my job is the good Lord put me in this position because I didn't want it. I'm a businessman. All right. I'm not a politician. So you think, well, you're rude. I'm not a politician. I don't go out
said
there.
You were a little abrasive.
And I probably
Just
was.
a little abrasive.
Well, defensive, probably.
Sure.
But whenever I don't go around shaking hands, kissing babies, and lying to people. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I tell you how I feel. I tell you the way I believe, and I tell you the way it's supposed to be. Now, I've been proven wrong a couple times, but not often. But I've been proven wrong, and I don't mind admitting, hey, I was wrong. Move. I'm sorry. Made a mistake. But there's one thing I can say that I have never done that I am 100% positive of in my heart is I've never arrested the wrong person. I've never had a falsely accused person go through this jail under my watch. I will do everything I can to never let that happen. Because once you taking somebody's civil liberties away, to me is a huge thing.
Yeah.
The rest of somebody's a huge thing. There's lots of people that I know. And I know who the criminals are. But there's one thing we don't have a lot of in this county is violence. Right? You'll notice that it's mostly thieves trying to feed the drug habit. That's what the majority of them are. And then now we have an unusual amount of sex offenders that get out of prison and move here. And I ain't figured that out yet. I can't figure out why, because we check them monthly. And
it's so sparse. They're able to get away from everybody.
Rental properties, or
I don't know. I mean, some of them are. And this,
you know where B-Dice is?
Yeah.
They had a guy out there, some developer, whatever he wanted to call himself. He would sell property, and that town filled up full of pedophiles and shit like that.
And that's
Daryl Hall.
Okay.
Daryl Hall.
Yes, sir. So, Who?
Let me see if I got a cigarette.
Let me call you right back.
Well, we're gonna leave. We just wanted to talk to you, and glad that it turned this way, and glad that you do that.
Like I said, I've seen some of this. You and I are not too far off on some of this stuff you're talking about. You really, I'm
But I'm sorry if anything
I'm
I've posted
conservative.
lately.
It's all right. You know, I'm conservative, but I'm not. I don't know what the top words are. I'm a very conservative person. I believe in the Constitution, 100%. I don't like some of our laws. I don't like the way some of the laws are enforced, and I don't like the way we don't have some laws not being enforced.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, and we deal with it on a daily basis to see what we can do to fix it.
Yes, sir.
And I'm glad y'all are not like the other ones that showed up. I didn't get to deal with the other ones that showed up, but I guess the term is auditor. I don't first minute auditor. You know, there are some out there that are just strictly trying to cause problems.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all they're
We
doing.
don't necessarily like those guys if they give us
And-
a bad name. Like
and-
here, we walked up here, you would assume that we were with that about the signs. He's like, "What signs is he talking about? What they put up?" I'm gonna finish my cigarette, guys.
Okay.
All right. Hello.
Hi.
I was just speaking with Sheriff Wallace. Y'all, the police chief, is it no longer the sergeant from a couple months ago, or is?
Yeah, Justin Cowart, he's our chief, police chief.
And he's the one that was the interim chief.
Daniel Key was our interim chief,
Okay.
and I think Justin Cowart came on like the 1st of October.
Okay.
Do you need to see him?
No, I was just wondering. I looked somewhere and it said that the interim chief was still chief, and so I just wanted to check and see.
Yeah, and then if you do, the office is down there.
Yes, ma'am. Do I have commissioners court back here? Is that what the?
We have city council, the Brookton City Council. They meet back here once
Okay.
a month. Our mayor here in the office. We have the City of Brookton Municipal Court is also in this building. She's not in today. And then this is the water department, city,
Oh.
city hall here.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
You too.